Hello brothers. My English is some bad, please do a little cooperate brothers. Today I will talk about Demon Slayer Season 3 Episode 1. Let's start brothers. Season 3 Episode 1, whose name is Someone Dreams. In last episode we see that Tanjiro and his friends with Uzui killed Gyutaro and Deki, which are upper rank 6 demons. After that Akakushi came here, which was surprised when he see the destruction. And after some time he find there Tanjiro, Zenitsu, Inosuke and Nezuko, which are injured badly. Then we see Master Yubuyashiki, who was happy to hear this news because after 100 years a upper rank demon was killed. And he does that this new generation of Demon Slayer will kill the Lord Muzan. And with this Master's health was getting worse, and we find out that Muzan is related to Master's family in some way. Then we see Akaza, which is upper rank 3 demon. Akaza was in another dimension which is known as Infinity Castle. Here are billions of rooms, doors and windows. Then Akaza thinks that he was called here. It means that Demon Slayers have killed any upper rank demon. Then a platform moves like lift take Akaza in front of Nakim. Nakim is the girl, demon who can control whole Infinity Castle. And then another demon came from pot which is kept near Akaza, whose name is Gyoko. Gyoko is upper rank 5 demon. Gyoko look different from other demons and he has eyes in place of mouth and mouth in place of eyes. Gyoko tells Akaza that it is pleasure to meet him. Maybe they meet after 90 years. Then we find out and another demon, who is scared from something. His name is Hantengu and he is upper rank 4 demon, and he says that Gyoko must have forgotten. We have been called after 113 years, which is an unlucky number. Then Akaza asked from Nakim that Lord Muzan came here or not. Nakim tells that he is not here yet. Then he asks about the upper rank 1, but then Doma comes there, who is upper rank 2 demon. And he put his hand on the shoulder of Akaza and say, "You don't care about me Akaza at all." Then Doma looks at Gyoko and says that I have decorated a woman's head on the pot you gave me. Akaza angrily say Doma to take his hand off his shoulder. Then he give a punch to Doma and break Doma's jaw, which is sudden regenerate. Doma does not mind this and says, "Akaza, you have become more powerful than before." Then Nakim tells that upper rank 1 was called here first and he is listening everything. Akaza then looks fearfully into a room where a samurai-like demon appears, which is Kokushibo, and he is upper rank 1 demon and he is the strongest demon. Then he said Lord Muzan has been arrived. We then see Muzan on the top roof above them, who was doing some kind of experiment. Muzan tells that now upper rank 6 demon has been killed. This means that now there is 1 demon less in the upper ranks. Hearing this, Doma apologizes to Muzan as he had brought Gyutaro, means upper rank 6 demon. Muzan says that I knew that Gyutaro would be killed because Deki was his weakness. If he had been fighting alone then he definitely won. Muzan says I have no hope from upper ranks anymore. Then Doma says I have completed all your work, to which Muzan says that you haven't even killed Yubuyashiki's family yet. And they still haven't found the blue spider lily after 100 years. Muzan angrily says you all are of no use. So that all the glasses that were kept in the lab are broken there. Hantengu is very scared and desperately begs for mercy from Muzan. Akaza remains silent as he too failed in his previous mission. Kokushibo says that Yubuyashiki is very good at hiding himself. Then Doma says that even I am not very expert in investigation. Gyoko tells Muzan that he has special information that will get him very close to his goal. The very next moment, everyone is horrified to see the head of Gyoko in Muzan's hands. Muzan says I do not like any kind of change. After that Muzan say angrily that after 113 years any upper demon has been killed, so I do not want any wrong information. Muzan then throws head of Gyoko down. And then orders him to go to that place with Hantengu and then asks him to confirm that his information correct or not. After this he will not tolerate the defeat of the upper demons. After that he disappears from there. Gyoko doesn't like that he has to work with Hantengu. Doma then raises his head and asks him, "What kind of information do you have? I also want to support you." He doesn't tell anything to Doma and sudden Akaza comes from behind and chops off his head. And tells Doma that Muzan has not given you any order. That's why don't interfere. And then Akaza's hand gets cut off and Kokushibo appears in front of him. Everyone's condition worsens as soon as he arrives. Doma heals his head and says that both of us friends were having fun, otherwise I could have dodged his attack easily. Kokushibo, however, scolds Akaza and tells her that he should never attack upper rank demons who are above him. And if he has a problem with it, he can fight with Doma and me to get our place. Doma says that Akaza cannot defeat him under any circumstances. Although Doma was become demon after Akaza, but he is ranked above him. Perhaps this is what makes Akaza jealous of him. After this we see Kokushibo's face for the first time, who have 6 eyes and he looks very dangerous. Akaza tells him that he will definitely kill him one day. And Kokushibo disappears from here, saying to Akaza that try your best. Akaza now leaves from here. Then Nakim sends Hantenbu and Gyoko on their mission. Doma requests Nakim to send him on the mission as well. But Nakim does not listen to him and drops Doma at his room, where someone had come to meet Doma. Then we see a demon slayer wearing the Hanafuda earrings. This man is none other than Yorichi, who is the brother of Kokushibo. The one who almost single-handedly almost killed Muzan. A child was sleeping in Yorichi's hands whose father brings tea for Yorichi. His name is Sumiyoshi. Sumiyoshi thanks Yorichi for saving him and his wife. Yorichi asks to leave now as he did not want to be a burden on them. Sumiyoshi asks his name from Demon Slayer. He says that he wants to tell about him to his future generations. Yorichi says there is no need for it. He could not protect the thing which was most important in his life. His name is as bad as his life. And then Tanjiro's eyes open and there were tears in his eyes. It was all just a dream. And Tanjiro thinks, where I am. Kanao gets happy to see Tanjiro. And the bouquet of flowers leaves her hand and breaks down. Kanao tells him that he was in coma for 2 months and after that fight he has regained consciousness now. Next we see a Kakushi named Goto. He is one who saved the lives of Tanjiro and his friends. He was carrying a sweet for Tanjiro because Tanjiro's nose is very sharp, so he thinks that Tanjiro will come out of his coma with it. And as soon as he enters the room, he finds a broken bouquet which he starts cleaning and looks at Kanao and thinks, what a strange girl, she breaks everything. But he cannot say anything to him because she is above him in rank, and upon going to the bedside Goto find that Tanjiro has regained consciousness, so he screams at Kanao and says he has come out of coma. Why didn't you tell this to anyone? Then he go out of the room and shouts out to everyone that Tanjiro has come out of his coma. Hearing this, everyone comes there. Tanjiro then asks about his friends, to which Goto says that Zenitsu regained consciousness 2 days ago and he has been sent on his next mission against his will. And Uzui too has gone with his 3 wives. And Inosuke is in a very critical condition because the poison has gone deep inside him. Tanjiro says that I must be getting confusion because I can see him sticking to the ceiling above him. And everyone looks up and in reality Inosuke was hanging from the ceiling. Then he comes down and say, you know Tanjiro, I regained consciousness 7 days before you. Tanjiro says, you are amazing Inosuke. Kyo tells Tanjiro about an animal named honey badger that is unaffected by the poison. And Inosuke's body is also like this. Poison has no effect on it. Hearing this, Inosuke becomes very happy and starts considering himself immortal. Then Anna tells him that even medicines have no effect on your body. Hearing this, Inosuke starts fighting with the Goto. Then Kanao silences them all by shouting because Tanjiro had fallen asleep. After that about 1 week Tanjiro gets completely well and thus Inosuke also gets well and goes for his next mission. And Zenitsu had spoiled the condition of his teammates and always used cry to go home. The Tanjiro was starting to get better and asks that his new katana has come yet or not. Then he learns that Haganezuka has written abusive letters for him and has clearly refused to make a sword. Tsumi then says that Tanjiro himself will have to go to the swordsmith village, where new Demon Slayer swords are made, and meet personally with Haganezuka. Tanjiro makes up his mind to go there. The next day, Tanjiro finds a Kakushi outside the butterfly mansion that will lead him to the swordsmith village. Swordsmith village is a very secret village whose location is known to very few people, so that demon could not attack there. Tanjiro is then blindfolded and his nose and ears are plugged so that he cannot remember the way. In fact, his Kakushi didn't even know the full path. She drops him halfway. After that another Kakushi comes and takes him away. Similarly, after changing 10 Kakushi, Tanjiro finally reaches Swordsmith village, which was a very beautiful village. Here all the people were wearing masks on their faces so that their identity could be hidden. Tanjiro then thanks Kakushi, whose voice is heard by Love Hashira Mitsuri, who was taking a bath in the hot spring. And she gets happy knowing that someone new has arrived in the village. Then Tanjiro meets village chief Tekken, which is the smallest and most special man in the village. And he gives Tanjiro sweets to eat and tells him that the one who made his sword, whose name is Haganezuka, which has disappeared. And this name was given by Tekken himself to him and he is very angry since childhood. Tanjiro apologizes to spoil his sword. Tekken says it is not your fault. Haganezuka was making weak swords from some time. And we are going to wash it fiercely as soon as we get it. As long as you get well, then you will get your new sword. Till then you can stay here comfortably. And you must go to take a bath in the hot spring so that your wounds will heal quickly. On the way, Tanjiro sees a workshop where swords were being made. Then a man shows the way to Tanjiro for hot spring. By then the food will be ready for him. Only then they both hear a loud scream. This is Mitsuri, who was coming down the hill with screaming. Tanjiro asks her to walk slowly or else her clothes will be exposed. Mitsuri says that when I asked a boy above his name, he ignored me. Tanjiro tells Mitsuri that dinner is going to be ready soon. Mitsuri becomes very happy hearing this. Tanjiro goes to the hot spring and hit by someone's teeth. In the pond, he sees a boy who was Ganya, whom we saw in the last season as well. Then Tanjiro also takes off his clothes and jumps into the pond and tries to be friend with Genya and asks as he related to Wind Hashira Sanemi. And Genya dips Tanjiro's head in water and says, "Don't talk to me." And then he leaves from there. In the evening, Tanjiro observes that Mitsuri eats more food than Inosuke. Tanjiro comes to know that Genya is Sanemi's younger brother. But Sanem never told, maybe they don't get along. Hearing this, both of them feel very bad because both of them love their siblings very much. Mitsuri tells that she herself has 5 siblings. Then Tanjiro asks why Ganya did not come to eat dinner. Mitsuri then tells that he never eats here. He might have brought food with him. Tanjiro worries about him and they both taking food for her. On the way, Tanjiro asks Mitsuri why he joined Demon Slayer Corps. Mitsuri tells Tanjiro that to find a man she can marry and who will always protect her. And this can happen to a Hashira, so she herself became a Hashira so that she could meet another Hashira. Hearing this, Tanjiro stops speaking and they come to know that Genya is not in the room at all. Now Akakushi comes and tells that Mitsuri's sword has been made, so he should come and see it. Mitsuri tells Tanjiro that she will leave from here at midnight. Perhaps he would never be able to meet again after this. Tanjiro gets sad after hearing this. Mitsuri says, "You have fought with upper rank demon, that you have got 10 years of experience and you have become very powerful." She is very happy for Tanjiro. Tanjiro says that he will work harder and kill Muzan as well. Mitsuri whispers in Tanjiro's ear that there is a secret weapon in this village that will make Tanjiro more stronger. After that, Mitsuri leaves and the next day after breakfast, Tanjiro goes to the forest to find the secret weapon. Tanjiro nose was not cured well. He was only smelled the hot spring. Sudden he heard a loud sound from his surroundings, in which he sees that 2 boys are fighting. One is from Swordsmith village and the second one is Muchiro Tokito, which is the Mist Hashira, who wanted something from this boy, but this boy was clearly refusing. Tanjiro is shocked that another Hashira. Tanjiro sees that there is another man there as well, and Tanjiro recognizes that it is the same man he had seen in his dream. And this is where the episode ends. I apologize to you for my bad English. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you.